Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am all hands on deck and I'm going to love this video because it's League One predictions and I am a huge Bromley supporter. So my local club playing in League One for the very first time. How will my boys face up with new competition? Sides relegated from the championship, sides looking to get promoted back to the championship, sides going to go on a playoff chase or avoid relegation. We will find out where I predict which teams will finish where. So let's get stuck into this one. We've got teams from AFC Wimbledon all the way down to Wycombe Wanderers, and I'm going to predict the four teams that unfortunately will be relegated in terms of my predictions. If they turn out to be true or not remains to be seen. But the first team I've got relegated is going to be Burton Albion. Now, Burton Albion, they've signed 4 players. They've signed Curtis Till in from Bradford, Jamaican international. They've signed Matthew Dennis in from Notts County, and O'Rourke has come in from Irish club Dundalk. Plus, they've loaned in Corey Adai from Stockport County, whilst letting Jake Beasley go to Bradford. Godwin Malcliffe has gone to Reading. Van Cutten and Dylan Williams have gone out to Motherwell and Stevenage. And Julian Larson has gone to Helsingborg. So, in terms of the quality there, with Burton Albion, they've got Tyrese Shade, they've got Matthew Dennis. How will we fare in a League One campaign? You got a Ruby there from Dundalk. You still got some players in the midfield: Charlie Webster, Keggs, George Evans, Lofthouse as well. But I feel like Burton are probably the weakest of the teams in the league. Barely stayed up as well, by the way, under Gary Boyer. 5 points above the relegation zone, and think they'll be in another relegation scrap, but this time I think they will be the unlucky ones getting relegated. So my next team I'm predicting to get relegated might be a controversial pick, but I think Wigan will be relegated. Their squad is crying out for a striker. Crying out for a striker. And obviously, Sonny Perkins, I'm not sure if he can be that guy, realistically. He didn't even score a single goal for Leyton Orient last season. So don't know if he can find some form at Wigan. Costello might be their main striker. They've lost Harrison Batoni, their youngster. He's gone to Chelsea. They did bring back Max Power, though. The Latics did bring him back. So sentimentism. Gary Caldwell, fans' favourite, of course, with the Latics faithful. Conor Barrett has also come in from Walsall. Higgins has come in from West Bromwich Albion. He had a loan spell at Exeter last time out. Trevitt has come in from Brentford. And Archie Harris has come in from Bournemouth. But I just think... And Joe Walsh and Hindolo Mustafa have also come in. But it's just too much. But Sam Tickle's going to be a big loss. But many players have actually left Wigan. Tickle's gone to Bristol City. Ameson's gone to Salford. Kerr's gone to Hibernian. Number of players have just gone, and I think the Latics they will unfortunately be relegated. Another team I think will be relegated will be the Posh. The Posh! Yeah, the Posh Push, I think, may be quelled. Again, Peterborough, they've lost some names. Kira Lisby's gone to Millwall. Hayes has gone to Rochdale. Odo's gone to Salford. And Tom Lees and Archie Collins has left the club. Their incomings, they've got Harrison Jones in from Sunderland, a new goalkeeper as well from Southend, Tom O'Connor, Ulwar Edwards and Evan Weir. But Jimmy J. Morgan, of course, gone to West Bromwich Albion to let's not. So, yeah. The Posh, I think it's been relegation battle success. EFL trophy, couple seasons back. They beat Birmingham City to win it. But I think they will be relegated this time around. And then I don't think these teams will be cut adrift, actually. I think maybe Burton, Wigan will fight, Posh will fight, and the next team I'm predicted to get relegated, the unlucky, I think maybe on the final day they actually get relegated. Maybe the Posh, you know. I think this relegation scrap could be one for the ages, actually, in all honesty. But I think AFC Wimbledon will be the unlucky ones that drop, in my opinion. So let's take a look. Wimbledon, there was another side that beat relegation. They finished 4 points above their relegation. Likewise with the Posh. They conceded way too many goals last season. They conceded 72 goals and scored 51 goals. They have some, well, they've got Marcus Brown and Matty Stevens in their signings. They got Tilly in on a permanent. Zach Nelson, Stephen Sessignon, Dan Sweeney, Jaden Stockley come in to add to the squad. And then Ollie Harrison comes in from Chelsea. No big outgoings for Wimbledon. But yeah, I just think with these teams, I mean Wimbledon's they might stay up or they might not. But the next team I'm backing to stay up is Notts County. Now, Notts County, they successfully negotiated their way through the playoffs last season, defeating Salford. Well done. Proper heritage club. Notts County, the oldest team in the EFL. But with their promotion came some big losses. As we know, Matthew Dennis has joined Burton and Jata is now playing his football in Portugal with Casa Pia. However, they did pick up Callum Roberts from Scunthorpe United on a free transfer, 2-year deal, and he scored against Burnley. So I think with this difference, they may get over the line. But Notts County fans, what's happened to Jody Jones? What's going on with him? Because he's got the number 10 shirt. What's happening? Because I've seen he was linked with Northampton just last week. He was linked with Bromley, my club Bromley and Leyton Orient last month. Like, what's happening? A year left on his contract? Are you guys keeping the player? But anyways, I think Notts County have done some shrewd business getting in Lipsuk on a permanent transfer from Stoke. They've got in Gibbons, Roberts, like I've mentioned, Sanders from Crewe. Seen the guy play. Seen most of these ballers play in League 2 because Bromley was a League 2 club. So I've seen them actually gone to the stadium and seen the guys play as well. Baker's coming from Newport. Jack Evans has come in from Harrogate. Lucas Smith has come in from Finnish side VPS. And Dean Campbell comes in from relegated Northampton. Plus, they've loaned in Ollie Cooper, Ishi Samuel Smith, and Hindolo Mustafa. So, yeah, crazy that the Mustafa deal was terminated by Crystal Palace and he went on loan to Notts County. Wow, Wigan have got finessed. Madness. How the hell? The brother didn't even play a single game for the Latics. Nah, that is crazy. I thought this stuff only happens in FM. Madness. But the next team I predicted to beat relegation will be my Bromley boys. I think we finished 19th in all honesty. All in all, I've been quite intrigued with our transfer business. We've acquired Contar from Bristol Rovers on a permanent basis. We've got Samal George on a free to compete with Grant Smith for the #1 jersey. We've got Headman. We've got Jacob Mendy. We've got Woodman, Adeboyejo, and JJ McKieran, along with our loan signings of Erdon Archer, Richard Taylor, and Kamal Grant. And I'm sure that there will be more incomings from Bromley. I know it. Woodman knows it. And every other Bromley fan knows that too. And I would take anything above 20th as long as we are not the team relegated. I think we critiqued ourselves really well against Reading, who I expect to be up there in terms of their players. We held our own, especially in the first half, and then Reading came more into the game in the second half. We've taken them to a penalty shootout. We lost to them. But all in all, it was a free hit. I want points, wins in the league. I'm very happy with the League 2 title. I just want to see some consolidation. And I know I've been going to Bromley for a number of years. And Michael Cheek is going to be our guy. Cheek's going to be our guy. Go-to guy in source of goals. He returned from injury to score against Reading. He's very integral to the squad. And then Adeboyejo, I reckon, will be the #2. And then Kabamba's there as the third choice as well. JJ McKiernan, I'm really... someone commented on one of my videos, one of my shorts when I signed him. And they said, you will like this player. And I like the goal that he scored against Barnet. So big up. Big up. He's going to be a very good player. For us. I'm liking the potential trio of Contar, Hondermark, and Charles. Could that be the starting trio we actually see? Pinnock is an important player as well. Archer will have a point to prove too. I reckon, has made the right back position his home. I still think we need a right. Maybe we need some other right back cover as well. Defense, we are looking very solid with Schwamwe as well. There was a bid that came through from Dundee, which was rejected. So hopefully we keep Omar Schwamwe at the club. It's a really good defender. This guy and Kamal Grant is going to be in and amongst that competition as well. I'm sure Headman and Woodman will get chances to prove themselves and quit themselves with the league as well. So all in all, I reckon things are good with Bromley. The next team I'm going to predict is Oxford United to narrowly avoid a second successive relegation. I hear that they have been under a transfer embargo. They've only signed Ruben Ruskin and Frankie Kent so far and only made a couple transfers out. Will Vaux has dropped down the division, joined Tranmere. Prelix joined Jagiellonelka. And Romy has joined Fortuna Sittard. Frankie Kent and Ruskin have come in. But Ramsey, he's got a very tough job to do. And I've seen the way Oxford played against Leyton Orient. And Leyton Orient were the deserved winners in the EFL Cup. So Brannigan, guys like Brannigan, Mark Harris can find their feet in this league. Dikarish Mata as well. Siriki Dembele, Gudoram, Stanley Mills, Helik. There they make, they know this league. And, how well Oxford do remains to be seen. But, yeah. I have them 18th. Cambridge, for me, beat relegation. They're going to be comfortable. Comfortable staying up. Maybe even push for mid-table as well. Neil Harris. I really like Cambridge transfer business. Only 5 signings so far from Cambridge. But I wouldn't necessarily say have an overhaul of the squad, because I think the squad kind of quit themselves well for a League One campaign. They had the best defence in League Two. My Bromley couldn't even beat them. We lost to Cambridge 2-1 away, drew with them 0-0 at home. So it's going to be a very interesting battle. I'm actually going to see Bromley and Cambridge play. First home game in League One. I know that will be a good experience and a good day out, hopefully. Isaac Heath coming in on a permanent transfer. Callum Stead coming in from Barnet as well. Goal scorer Patrick Boer coming in from AFC Wimbledon, provides defensive acronym. And in the loans, they've loaned in Callum Perry to add to their centre backs, and Adame comes back to Cambridge from Charlton Athletic as well. So all in all, Kellen Watts, watch out for him next season, because I think he could explode. And also Cambridge have signed Gabriel Breeze from Carlisle United today as well. So you've got 2 goalkeepers, 2 very good goalkeepers, hopefully. So we'll see who starts for them in the league. Who's actually going to be the starter? Pure competition. That's what I like. So number 16, who I think will finish in the bottom half. Blackpool will finish in the bottom half, mid-table positions. Not too shabby from the Tangerines. Ian Ever, fan favourite in charge. Nick Eason is an attacking fullback signing. Signed from relegated Exeter. He's going to be really important this season. Karoy Anderson returns to the club, this time on a permanent basis. And Luke Southwood also joins the Blackpool contingent of goalkeepers to provide competition for Bailey Peacock Farrell. All in all, Blackpool, they've got Dion Charles. Ashley Fletcher has gone to Huddersfield. And in exchange, they got in Dion Charles. And Finley Monroe is their left back signing. So Blackpool will be looking to attack, put crosses in from the flanks, because they've signed Jordan Williams in on loan too. So looking to attack for the flanks. And let's see how Blackpool does. 15th position, I'm going to go for Barnsley. I think with Barnsley, I think they need a striker badly still. They managed to keep a hold of Reece Cleary as well. Cameron McGeehan comes in from Northampton. Isaac Smith, Clayton Taylor, Tyrese Noslin comes in from Dutch side Telstar. Amani Richards comes in from Leicester as well. Bromley boy Sam Gale comes in from Gillingham. His first game of the season, league game of the season, actually against Bromley. Barnsley lost Adam Phillips to Bradford, but they loaned in Kieran Slicker and Mackenzie Quirk from West. So, Barnsley, 15th under the stewardship of Daniel Stendel. Just knowing how, because Daniel Stendel, he got Barnsley promoted from the Championship, from League One, was runners-up to Luton, but this league, very, very difficult and competitive now. 14th position, we have got Doncaster Rovers. So Doncaster Rovers will be in 14th position. Their new signings, Leon Adin, Allende, Neil Bryan, James Husband, Francis Owanko, Isaac Hutchinson. Let's see how he fares in League One. Finally got his League One, deserved League One move after his performances at Cheltenham. And also Jordan Thomas has signed from Cheltenham as well. And Josh Clark also comes in. So it's going to be very interesting to see who starts between Simkin and Clark. Alfie May's also coming from Huddersfield as well. Luke Moynilou has gone to Salford, but I think Doncaster could have replaced him well. Let's see how it all transpires. Oh, yeah. So the team I'm backing to finish in the bottom half gonna be Stevenage, but I think it will be really close anyway. Stevenage, they might suffer a drop off the way Leyton Orient did, but not too much of a drop off because I think they are still a defensively stout side, and they got the bagsman Jamie Reid in there. I like Stevenage strikers this season. You know, I really like their attacking depth. You got Jamie Reid, you got Josh McGuinness, who they signed from Exeter City. You've got Ollie Sanderson coming in from Woking, from Fulham. You got Jovan Malcolm as well. Chem Campbell, Dan Kemp. They did lose Harvey White, so I did put them in this position. But still, it's a good squad. But still, it's a stout squad, a decent squad. Carl Pirigiani, Van Kooten is back at Stevenage. Magaini's brother, Philip Marshall, as well. 19 clean sheets last season for Stevenage. What a keeper he is. You know what? Fair play. Fair freaking play. Playoff chasers, Wickham are going to finish in the top half of the league. Wickham for me. Michael Duff steadied the ship in. They've signed 2 goalkeepers, Connor Hazard and Matt Macy. Matt Macy gets his League One move again after 2 seasons with Colchester. Connor Hazard comes in from Plymouth. Steve Cook also comes in. The veteran centre-back comes in from QPR. Corley Woodrow returns to the club on a permanent basis, having signed from Luton. And Silko Thomas also comes in. Not to mention, Tigzell also comes in from Stoke. He was a bagsman with Crewe last season. And Sam Parker also comes in from Swansea as well. They did let Will Norris go out on a free to Swansea. Fredo Yedima, Najabullah has signed a new deal with the club. I might be criticised, I might be chastised for this, but I think Bradford will finish in 11th position. They're losing Sam Walker, their goalkeeper, is doing a medical at Watford. John McCachran will have to step up. Jake Beasley is their new striker, alongside Adam Phillips as well, to help with the Bradford attack. Bradford only scored 58 goals last season. Only player Stevenage, who finished in 6th, scored 49 goals, compared to the rest of the playoff rivals, who were more attackingly potent in terms of their numbers. And even the teams that actually missed out on the players were more attackingly potent as well. So, yes. You add in Beasley to go with the options of Will Swan, Humphreys, Bobby Poynton, and Sarcevic in there. And you throw in Adam Phillips. You throw in Macaulay Gillespie in there on an undisclosed fee. 2-year contract. You know, he scored the free kick against Leyton Orient to settle the affair in the playoff final 2 seasons ago. Reece Welsh also comes in on a free. As well. Max Power's gone to Wigan. Metcalfe has gone to Millwall. Tommy Lee has gone to Bristol Rovers on loan. So, all change. However, Baldwin Sarcevic did sign new deals, so might be a season of top half for the Bantams. 10th place, in my opinion, will be the MK Dons, aka the franchise club. And yeah, they've been blowing money at it. They be blowing money at it to try get back-to-back promotion to the championship, but I think they miss out still. Charlie Good, they've signed in from Stevenage, who were defensively potent to add to those defensive depth that they've already got with Jack Sanders. Bramall's also coming as well. Bossala's coming from Middlesbrough. Rintel's come from Cardiff. The one Rotherham's Bagman, he comes into the club for 600k. Samuel Silvera also comes in as well from Middlesbrough. And yeah. And yes, Callum Patterson. You got Nathaniel Mendes-Lang in the team. You got Aaron Collins. You got attacking depth to last for days alongside the midfield. Ben Wiles, Jay Matette, Hepburn Murphy, Dan Crowley, Gilby. But yeah, I think there's better teams out there than the franchise. Next, we got Sheffield Wednesday now. Sheffield Wednesday back in this league. They've had a total revamp of their squad. Total rebuild. They've brought back Barry Bannon from Millwall. He returns. They got Ricardo Santos, Lion Gora, Callum Slattery. Could be shrewd signing. Swinkles. Louis Barry comes in. My birthday twin looking to make a mark for the Wednesday. Lumley comes back. Billy Mitchell, Truman, Maynard Brewer also comes in. Tyler Oyango. And then they've loaned in Harry Gray and Burstall as well. But I think maybe I see Sheffield Wednesday starting slowly, then maybe coming back. Getting better as the season progresses. Maybe that's what we think. They could probably have a Plymouth type season and just narrowly miss out on them playoffs. But let's see what happens though. 8th, I really fancy Leyton Orient this season to have a better season than the last and to make an assault on the playoffs. I really like Richie Wellens, top gaffer. And he has been a top gaffer. 1 League 2 with Leyton Orient. Taking them 90 minutes away from the championship 2 seasons ago. Honestly, Wellens, what a coach. What a coach. And honestly, they've lost on Ballard. But they've replaced him with Justin Cabia from Grimsby. They've got Aaron Connolly. Well, since his injury, since he got injured, well, you could arguably say him getting injured caused Leyton Orient to be in a relegation scrap. But now that he's back and fit, Leyton Orient want to be firing at the top end of the table this time around. You got Tony Springett. You got Nicholas Oyen Cooley. You've got Isaac Hayden. Their marquee acquisition, free transfer signing. A Newcastle player for a number of years. He was released from QPR. Now he's with Orient. Armando Dobra. Can he handle the step up in class? Charlie Wellens looking to impress his father and gaffer. Gilchrist has been loaned in from West Bromwich Albion. Ulul has come into the club. Nathan Baxter also comes in on a permanent transfer from Watford. The O's, really like that team. I really like their performances too. Number 7, we're going to go with Mansfield. We're going to go with Mansfield Town. Mansfield, I reckon, strong end to the season. And I reckon their momentum carries on. David McGoldrick and John Russell arrive on free transfers from Barnsley. And then Michael Smith comes in from Preston. If he gets amongst the goals, this could be good. Liam Thompson comes in from Derby on a permanent basis. Dogson comes in from Stockport on loan, left back. Will Evans, they sold him to Plymouth Argyle. But I don't think this will stop Mansfield's momentum. Now we get into the teams that I think will take the playoff spots. And in number 6, Stockport County will be one of those teams. Jimmy McNulty successfully won the National League playoffs, got Rochdale promoted. He earned the move to Stockport County. And with that, their transfers in. Ryan Glover comes in from Barnet. James Bailey comes in from Manchester United. Karen Gordon comes in from Rochdale. He followed his former manager to Stockport. And Ian O'Connell comes from Barnsley. Jason Agudun comes from non-league side Hemelsford City. Harry Wood comes in from Shelburne. Ben Osborne comes in from Derby County. Returns to the club once again. Miguel Mandron comes in from St Mirren, having won the Scottish League Cup with St Mirren. Luca Aspie Hammond also comes in, and Oliver Watmore comes in back to Jimmy McNulty's team. Stop. Did they sell Ferrier to Blackburn for 500k? They let Oluwo go to Leyton Orient. And Stockport, they are going to be contenders once again. Reached the playoff final. Tom Wilson-Brown also joins from Leicester City to help with the defensive depth. Number 5, Reading. Yep, they're going to be up there. Reading, they won the penalty shootout against Bromley, but that's not why I'm put them there. I've put Reading in there purely because their team now, oh, it is getting really, really good. Ever since Liam Richardson has became Reading's manager, we've seen a marked improvement. A top half finish after starting the season slow. Fair play. And I think Reading will go even better and secure that playoff spot. Joe Pereira, solid goalkeeper at this level. Ben Ward, I really liked his performance at Hayes Lane. Godwin Malif as well. Got a lot to prove. Paulie O'Connor. Then you get into the midfield options, and this is where I think Reading absolutely shine. The fact that you can put Charlie Savage on the bench, and then he changes the game, and then the tempo of Reading just improves and improves and improves. Not to mention you have Lewis Wing, the captain, been doing it for years now with Reading. Caris Lisby, signed from Colchester. You got Josh Stokes in on loan. That could be a successful loan. You got Remonta. You got Liam Fraser. You got Kiguaya. You got Randall Williams. You got Marriott banging in the goals. It's looking good for Reading. It's looking good for the Royals. I'll be completely honest. Yes. 4th position, I reckon, is going to be Leicester City. Now, Leicester, their transfer business is not complete. I know that. We know that. But in this league, as we've seen with Luton last season, because Luton was absolutely humbled in this league. They did manage to pick up the EFL trophy, there to sack the previous manager and hiring Jack Wilson so he could win that EFL trophy and revitalise the playoff charge, which they narrowly missed out. And I think with Leicester, their team is good enough to get into the playoffs. Will they win them is another story. Connor Chaplin, a promotion hero with Ipswich 4 seasons ago at this level. He banged in a number of goals. That guy was an absolute menace. Alex McCarthy comes in from Southampton. Liam Collins also comes in from Swansea on a permanent. Same with Wes Burns, promotion hero. Wes Burns as well with Ipswich 4 seasons ago. He also comes in. Ravazoli comes in to help with the keeper depth, and Briatovic also comes in. Number of outgoings from Leicester as well. Not to mention Bilal Al-Khanous and Jeremy Monga was sold, and Abdul Fawatu were all sold for 8-figure fees. Not to mention Christian McFarlane and Tommy Watson will have a lot to prove, and I reckon they will do well at this level of football. Third in the list, Huddersfield Town. The Terriers, their squad depth is nothing short of impressive. And I like the fact that they've brought in Dutch players as well, because if they cook, Huddersfield, they may have found some gems. And Darius Sinley, Sanchez, Fernandez, watch out for this player, because I'm expecting big things from the man that has come from Ecclesia Sore. 57 goals in 97 games is a crazy number for a right winger. We're talking the Dutch version of Salah in League One. That's madness. But listen though, the be-all and end-all, Bawak comes in from Portsmouth. Ashley Fletcher also comes in from Blackpool, having netted 21 goals last season for the Tangerines. Impressive numbers. Braley also comes in on a permanent basis from Brentford. He had a League One spell, loan spell with Exeter. So, gonna be a very intriguing campaign for the Terriers, knowing the squad depth that they have. You got Fletcher, you got Joe Taylor, you got Radulovic, you got the Dutch Salah, you got Openda, Harness, Kamasu, McGuine, Ledson, Ashia, Boca, Gooch, Roland, Brockenost as well. Very attacking fullback for Ecclesia Sore, by the way. Wow. Impressive business, eh? Then, second place. The team that missed out on the playoffs. They lost Lawrence Solage. But I saw the way they played against Exeter in the Devon Derby. Very silky football indeed. The momentum that they carry from last season is nothing short of impressive. Plymouth, the 2-0 scoreline against Exeter doesn't tell you everything, because the shot count, Harvey White getting an assist on debut, Hartridge scoring against his former club, Matthias Ross, impressive work in defence, Tom Cleverley understanding the league. He had a slow start, but his Plymouth got better and better and better. Wes Harding, the captain, Malachi Boateng in the middle of the park, Will Evans and Pebble playing up front, Ronan Curtis on the wing, and Mechi as well, Sorin Orla, they can bring off the bench. Brennan Sapong, we do. Not to mention Caleb Watts, Ibrahim have a part to play. Young Tegan Finn, Beidou as well might have a say if Plymouth choose to keep him. Murphy Cooper as well, signing from QPR. Oof. Argyle, they could even win the league, you know. They could win the league, you know. They have experience of winning the league before. Even Leicester have experience of winning the league. So, any one of those three teams, they could realistically win the league. But my champion for this upcoming season won't surprise anyone. I'll be real. Because Luton's rise was instrumental. And as we've seen with their Premier League stint, Luton were runners-up League 2, 2018. They won League 1 the very next year. They won. Could we see Luton rise again? I reckon we're going to see Luton rise again. Their transfer business, nothing short of impressive. They got their pieces. George Johnson comes in, having won promotion with Bolton. Casey Palmer comes in. Also comes back to the club for 500k. Callum Marshall. Wow. I reckon he could get a lot of goals. He could be a handful for defenders in the league. Not to mention Aspie, coming in from Newcastle on loan. And their loans. Let me just see the players that they have as well, by the way. Let me just see the players. The players they got, nothing short of impressive. Josh Keeley, Liam Walsh, Jake Richards, young Jake Richards, Mads Anderson, Jordan Clark, Luca, Wells. Not to mention, they're trying to offload Jerry Yates and Nordas. And still they got enough. And still they got good squad depth. Absolutely incredible. George Saville, Isaiah Jones, my guy and his brother, Baptiste, Kodua. An incredible squad. Jack Wilshere riding that momentum. And that momentum, I reckon, carries Luton to the League 1 title. So, my predictions for this upcoming League 1 season. Burton, Wigan, the Posh, Wimbledon, Notts County, Bromley, Oxford, Cambridge, Blackpool, Barnsley, Doncaster, Stevenage, Wycombe, Bradford, the franchise, Sheffield Wednesday, Leyton Orient, Mansfield, Stockport, Reading, Leicester, Huddersfield, Plymouth, and your champions, Luton Town. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe, because I'm coming with the championship predictions real soon. Peace out.